sure where's my. Y'all seen the thumbnail?
No, I ain't
I
get.
see just the normal four screens.
Okay. I'm not saying came through yet on my end. I don't see it.
A scale?
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's okay. All right. So go ahead, new Karu. Um, take us, bring us on in.
All right, gotcha. We we starting it up, starting it up, bringing the brain roots together, magnifying and magnetizing, and bringing everyone up to par, up to date with the information and our
Yeah,
existence.
with the memorandum. I wanted you to hit the memorandum first.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm getting in emotion now. So we live everyone. So I want to start the memorandum. True peace, welcome all Noone Boos and Kens. The following memorandum is the conversation each and every Noone of the Ethiopian race should have with Nupu at least once a day, and the name Nupu should be pronounced in mind, whisper or out loud in the numbers given and before the conversation starts. The number order given creates two ends as you read the name, and the two ends made by reading and pronouncing the name Nupu 9 times stand for Nupu in Noon. Here's the memorandum conversation. Nupu, 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 Nupu. Remember the promise of covenant with your messenger and also writer Afro Uno and all those who learn, accept, and practice positive nature knowledge and the laws of nature as explained and described by Noone. Your active science of all the worlds, your promise and also covenant having been duly made are binding as following: economic well-being, liberation of the Ethiopian race, mentality, spiritually, and also physically, because it is the time and cycle for this action for your posterity, the Ethiopian race. And because we all, meaning Repu, people, people, and all adherents, dedicate and obligate the rest of our lives to sound right reason, who is Nupu, positive nature knowledge, the laws of nature, also truth, equality, justice, and practicing rightness, which is known. To the best of our knowledge and also abilities, the time for the savor has passed. It is now time for the mental resurrection, liberation, justice, judgment, settlement, and balance for all peoples on planet Earth, as promised by the forces of nature and predicted by the ancients and sages of antiquity. My pronunciation is wrong, is bad. Antiquity. Nupu, please cause it to be. Let it be remembered and let it be known.
All right. Thank you for that, Ken. We appreciate that introduction. Nebu, go ahead and take us through, and the new gonna follow, and then I'll end.
True peace, Kens and friends. I'm Nibu Ray Unu Nupu. I am a Nunibu helper representing Noon Science, given to us by way of Afro Unu, our African spiritual scientist who was given the information to give to us, and we have been promoting, practicing, promoting, and promulgating this wonderful information um, just exposing all the filth, cleaning out waste. Um, as far as I being a representative also of the organ, which is the bladder. So that's basically what we are doing. We are cleaning out the waste because it's just been too backed up with all this the spell of sewage and need to be cleaned out. True peace.
All right, amazing, amazing intro. All right, true peace, all kins and friends. I'm a Bunu Nupu. I'm a proud member of the Ethiopian race, as well as a proud member of Noone, one of the scientists and teachers of Noone, given to us by the great and noble messenger Afrounu Nupu. I already know tonight is going to be a very powerful night. So tonight I'll be, taking a break. I was a little busy today. I was gonna do an episode today, but I didn't get the chance to buckle down and really give it my mind power like I should have. But hopefully tomorrow I should be able to give y'all something to kick back on. But yeah, this episode and this particular series that Tar is doing is very necessary, because too many times individuals feel the need to take information and say that the information is theirs for the taking. Um, and it is theirs for the taking, but it's not theirs for their plagiarizing. Okay, so plagiarizing is a crime, no matter what culture you're a part of. Even if you're a part of Christianity, plagiarizing is obviously a crime, right? So if you wouldn't allow, if you were in Christianity, you're not going to allow anybody to come and say, well, they wrote the Bible, right? Somebody said, well, I wrote the book of John, or I wrote the book of Peter, or I wrote the book of Deuteronomy, or whatever chapter it is. They're going to look at you like you crazy. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same thing that goes for Noone. We're going to be looking at people like they crazy, because the author of the books clearly states in each and every book that he's the author of these books. Okay. And he can lay claim to that because he was the one that actually did the physical writing of these books and printing and things of that nature. So when we see others come along and claim that they are the ones that were sent by Noone to raise up the people in this kind of way, and they're using themselves as the medium to do this, this is a problem, because even the person that wrote the books never said that he's the medium. He said he's here to give the message, and you take the message and then implement the message in your life and then raise yourself up. There's no medium between you and those forces, which is the forces of Nupu. Nupu is the force that is supposed to mentally resurrect you. Okay, I know Christians are out there waiting for Jesus to come back, but Jesus is not coming back. What is coming back is you coming back to your senses using the positive forces of nature known as Nupu. All right, I'm not going to take up too much time. I'm going to allow Todd to do his thing, and true peace, all kins and friends.
All right. Truman the call in peace, noon times. And we're back going forward. Like I said, we took a little break for the winter solstice, so to speak. And now we're back in so-called Black History Month, right along in the new Ethiopian year. So we're here to renew things as nature takes its course. And like you said, these videos right here are necessary, because if we was all about just bothering people, we could have stayed on that path. But we did all that banging inside the group and outside on prior YouTubes, but we had other things that we were dealing with. So once again, we're here in the name of Sound Right Reason and its science Noone. and thus being Noone Bulls have to set the record round. And that's what we're about to do. So the first thing I want to do is let's look at, since he called himself Noone Kartin. I didn't address this yesterday because I couldn't find it. It was a lot. So we're gonna get to those points that I missed the last show. So I'm gonna share my screen. I want to shout out to Ken Naru Nupu for helping me locate this. All right. So y'all can see that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So this is how he defines Noone. All right. It's a temporary spiritual movement centered on a unique approach to inner peace and mental balance through the combination of mindfulness, meditation, and collective chanting. All right. Again, this is not in Noone about chanting unless you're gonna revolve the chanting. But just on its face, it's not in the books like this. All right. This stuff comes with, as it goes into certain cultures that deals with chanting, they will naturally incorporate Noone into that. But as far as a follower of York in America, who they all have contacts with the book, this is not there. It is a part of the broader Noone culture, which that's a lie, and Noone consciousness. All right. Nupu is not referred to, which is consciousness. Okay, it's known as reason. Okay, and consciousness is matter in Noone, meaning if matter didn't exist, nobody would be conscious that the one supreme being existed in any state or form. So consciousness in itself is really matter. All right. So again, this is the ignorance of them trying to use Noone and flip it and mix it into this Hinduism type stuff this guy's in. Lifestyle which emphasizes personal transformation and elevation of one's spiritual vibration. All right. The core mission of Noone Kartin is to facilitate a transformative journey. See, right here, he's describing it as a movement, right? Something that you're practicing. This is the same crap that we told him before, like Anu told him, you can't be a Nawapian. You can't be a science. You can't be chemistry itself. You understand? You can't be philosophy itself. So the fact that he's naming himself the movement, this is what York did, centered himself as the core. You understand? It's amazing York didn't just call himself Nawapu itself. But in Noone, and arguing back and forth and debating with his dead soldiers, they think that York is Nupu. They think York is sound right reason itself because they think that nobody is more intelligent than York. This is just pure slave mentality mixed with cultism on steroids. So when you get down here and say, what is Noone? In this context, Noone represents specialized philosophy and identity often tagged as Noone consciousness, right? A brand of consciousness refers to modern spiritual community, sometimes called Noonite. See, this is the crap that we're talking about. It's no such thing as this. It's no such thing as this. But what happens is they're following this other guy that I introduced Noone to around the same time as Mansour. I can't think of his name now, but he had a movement he created was called None something. I know y'all remember Nebo. I know you remember him. I can't think of this dude's name. He go way back. He go way back because he got the information from me because he was first using York's information and trying to create his own lane. Then he got that book from me. Then he tried to create his own version of it. I cannot think of this guy. And then he wore glasses. I know you know who I'm talking about, Nebu. If I get his name before the show is over with, you're gonna say, yeah, I remember this guy. I just can't think of his name, but he was right along with Mansour, doing the same thing, corrupting. He was taking books, coming up with his own little images and all that, and remixing it. And I used to bust him up, and he would never say nothing back, just like the rest of these ignoramuses. They keep trying to corrupt the books. All right, so that's how he talks about Noone, the power of anonymity, unity. The term Noone often plays on the idea that deep meditation of curtailing individual ego dissolves. There is no one special person, only the collective, one voice. All right, so we're gonna stop sharing that for a minute. Where is that? Okay, let's see if I can bring this up, and then after I make this point, then if anybody got something they want to say, I'll let it be known. All right, let me know if y'all can see that. Y'all can see that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now this is coming from the transcript. Take one of Nature, the Afro Uno. I think he put this out in 96 when this came out. Yeah, 96. Right here. Copyright 96 by Afro Uno. All right, August 9th. All right, so let's go back down. And this is what the author says, what is Nupu and Noone. Listen to reason for the benefit of the listening audience and the reading public likewise. The name Nupu is spelled N-O-O-P-O-O-H and pronounced Nupu. The H is silent and capitalized. In American English dictionaries and ancient philosophy, Nupu is spelled N-O-U-S and pronounced Nous. Nupu is the cosmic reason, also called sunrise reason and non-reason. And Noone, which is spelled N-O-O-N-E, and indeed pronounced Noone, is what? The science of sunrise reason. Do we see anything in here talking about no one? There's no such thing as that. You see how your followers keep corrupting and deleting, redacting, and remixing? Noone is a science. Who is definitely the best mind of the one supreme being. All right? So Noone is the science. All right? This idiot then took the word Noone and separated and turned it into no one. This is unacceptable. All right? So that's the first thing. Anybody got something to say before I move to the next point?
No, you're kicking straight facts. I mean, I'm absorbing it, and it's just it just shows you people read things and spirits tell them to do something totally opposite and misleading our people. So yeah, you can continue,
right.
Ken.
So this is the thumbnail, but I wanted y'all to look at it. All right, what we're going to concentrate on is the mescal of awakening. All right. So I already showed y'all this dude think he's some type of Ashtar command guru with a candle. Remember, York did the same stuff following Sai Baba in the 70s, doing those yoga poses and following those people from India. And this is why a lot of York's information and was mixed in with Hinduism. Okay, this is what he.
I can see the snake. I can see the snake slithering all the way through the back of that.
Yeah, so all of this is, this the sad truth, but this is what we got to do. So now let's go into a little bit of history. All right, let's look at where he got this from. And Sabaeans y'all need to come get your boy. Y'all gotta come get your boy, man. You gotta come get your boy because he done lost his damn mind. And we keep saying one, and it don't take number one of y'all to make all y'all look bad. The same thing, y'all try to hold us to that standard that y'all don't do. Like if y'all caught me out there, y'all gonna blame the whole group. Right? This is the law, like the nature book said yesterday, and the Nuke talked about it. That what one person of a race does affect the whole race, whether it's good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't just making y'all look bad; it make all of us look bad. But we have to step in and correct y'all. We're not judging you in the sense of like we're better because we all, as a race, are equal amongst each other. The difference is just various degrees of intelligence, but we all part of the same race. So sometimes I talk a little harsh and I throw a little shots here, that's because I'm passionate and we've been dealing with y'all with this same problem that York was doing before he went to jail. And this is one of the reasons why he was punished the way he was punished, because he was playing with the liberation of our people, just like the rest of them, Farrakhan and all of them, that got in the way of our liberation. All right? But York was the one that was bold enough to put his hands on 9 ETH information and corrupt it into 6 and 3 and then do Leviathan with it. All right, so we're going to get in here, like I said before, and we're going to give y'all this word. Now, you see the name of the word was called mescal, right?
Yeah.
Tell me if y'all can see that.
Oh my.
What it say at the bottom of the video?
Ethiopian Orthodox Christians celebrate Maskell, the feast of the cross, as they pray for peace.
Why is this Sabian using a Christian a Christian tradition, and you supposed to be a Sabian? Why are you going backwards? What's wrong with these niggas?
And even these so-called Ethiopians are Hindu.
Right, these are Eritreans. These are the same people that Nipsey Hussle and
Yep.
your girl, what her name is, that's the comedian and actress, the loud ghetto one. Tiffany
yeah.
Haddish. Tiffany
Haddish.
These are not geeky head people. Now this is for you say beings, idiots. Do y'all see the deception? Same word, mescal, right? This nigga talking about have a mescal awakening. Let's see what's going on.
Ethiopian Orthodox Christian faithfuls marching and singing during a religious festival known as Mescal.
Look at them. There's nobody African.
Nope.
All these is Eritrean. They just live in Ethiopia. They are not us.
Thousands of Ethiopians were gathered on Addis Ababa's Mescal Square Thursday. The festival celebrates the cross upon which Jesus was crucified according to the church beliefs.
Now they there to celebrate the crucifixion of Jesus. Why? Religion is a spell. York told y'all that.
Yeah.
After he took it from Afro-Unu. Why is this Negro remixing Christianity from Ethiopia?
And its recovery by Saint Helena, mother of Emperor Constantine.
Right.
The religious holiday is a unit.
They worshiping and praising Saint Helena. We're going to get into that in a minute.
It's intangible
What's the
cultural
name,
heritage
Saint Helena?
of humanity.
Saint Helena?
Saint Helena. I'm gonna bring it full circle. We're just going to go through this real quick.
of our Holy Church, we celebrate the discovery of the true cross, which was unearthed by Queen Eleni 300 years ago after the burial of our Lord Jesus Christ. In Ethiopia, this celebration takes place every year on September 27th. Meskel means cross in the local Amharic language. On this day, many gather in public squares and by churches across the country to light bonfires.
They said that it's Meshko, they breaking it down, it's in the Amharic. All right, so we saying that this Negro is mixing Noone science, Wulawat, Hinduism, and Ethiopian Christianity from the Eritreans.
The celebration in Addis Ababa was attended by the Patriarch of the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. This is what unites people from different cultures as we come together in prayer, asking God for mercy and peace for our country. Collective prayer holds greater value than individual prayer because it strengthens our unity. In times like these, when peace is lost, people are disconnected from God, love fades and suffering increases. Such traditions become even more essential for us. Bonfires are either from piles of logs, dry leaves or grass. Religious ceremonies are followed by a feast of kitfo. The dish contains a lean minced meat which is savored as part of Meskel festivities. The culture is truly beautiful and the influence of religion brings everyone together in love and unity. We celebrate as one and it's a deeply meaningful tradition. The festival comes at a difficult time for the country. Egypt has recently delivered more weapons to neighbor Somalia amid rising tensions.
All right, so we see that this right here was a Christian scenario. This nigga is doing the same tap and dance that York is doing. Possessed. He's possessed. So let's not get it twisted. Because there's nothing within their so-called doctrine that justifies this. Because the Wapians or Sabians know that religion is a spell. The ones who got a little bit of sense know that this is unacceptable. But we're only here because they trying to mix Noone in it because Noone is the only science on the planet in the universe that is a live science. All other sciences are dead. So they need Noone, the sprinkle, to keep them going. And the spirit beings know that. So let's go to the next thing.
They don't realize they represent religious vampires trying to suck the life out of Noone.
They're going to get the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we looked at this last night. All right, which is, he says, the true cross, which we already know that if you look at it, he got a cross, he got some unks in the three arrows at the top, and he got a moon crescent at the bottom and a raindrop. Now he done once again, just like York, creating abominations. This nigga say it's the Sabaean true cross. How was that? But we showed you that the Sabaean, if you look it up, they was really Arabs. They did not have no cross as an emblem. They worship nature and a lot of stuff in there. This dude is sick. So what we gotta go do, all right, where is that? Where is that? All right, so let's go into this true cross. Let me know when y'all can see that.
I see it.
Now look what it says. Saint Helena is known for discovering what? the true cross, right? The cross on which Jesus was crucified during her pilgrimage to Jerusalem around 326 AD. She is identified it being among three crosses through a miraculous healing, leading to the veneration of the true cross in Christian tradition. Look at this. Saint Helena is the mother of who? Emperor Constantine I, who created Christianity, which makes her what? A Roman Caucasian. What is this nigga doing?
He all over the place.
Ghost worship. She is credited with discovering the true cross on which Jesus was crucified. Her journey to find the cross took place around 326 AD during a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. This was a significant time as Christianity becoming more accepted in the Roman Empire. We all know this is crap. The same way Constantine lied and claimed he had a dream where he seen the cross in the middle of the sun, and then he became a Christian, and we all know that was a bunch of BS. So y'all got to ask yourselves, what is this Negro doing?
For all he knows, he could be worshiping a ghost.
But obviously, this nigga is confused. And you can see by what he's doing that spirit beings is mixing and matching and casting spells. And these again, he's sitting amongst people who claim that they so intelligent, but y'all didn't have no sense to look at this and say, man, get your ass out of here. What is this? They don't question nothing. They have become believers. And I remember York said that some years ago, that y'all are believers. Y'all believe anything now. He told the truth then. All right, so he called himself Kartin, right? Let's see. Let's go to that. Where is it at? All right. So this is what I asked. I asked the question, what gods is Kartin linked to? Since it's chanting and all that, right? So he called himself Noone Kartin. No one, right, is important. Just one person in Kartin. But look what it say. Kartin is primarily linked to who? Hindu gods and goddesses such as what? Ram, Kali, Shiva, Durga, Krishna, and Lakshmi.
The whole gang.
Come on, nigga. Come on, nigga. Now, we're going to do this. We got to give it to you. Like Bobby Hemming said, no, nigga, you got to deal with this. You got to deal with this. Sabians flunk once again the capability test. Y'all are seriously ignorant. Y'all need to get back in the studio because this album is a flop. Hold on, my bad. I meant to share something else. Hold on, that's not it. This is what I meant to share. All right. Once again, we finna show y'all the hypocrisy. This is the Bible Interpretation, Book 1, 1967, letter K. It says, who were Esau and Jacob's 12 sons? Esau was the Phoenician, which are the Arab people, who represented the sun god Elion, also called Zeus and Jupiter. Jacob was what? The Jewish people, represented by who? The moon god Sin, also called Siva, and Hermes. Remember, all Greek and Roman gods were originally Phoenician what? Hindu gods. The Jews combined and united all those gods and called them what? Elohim. And York came teaching us about Elohim, which is what? Moon god worship. The good gods were considered Yah, and the evil gods were considered Way, because the name Yahweh means good and evil. Yahweh is the same as what? Jehovah, and Jehovah is the same as what? Shiva, Siva, same as what? Siva, Sin, Thos, and Hermes. Why? Because Hermes is the god that extracted the Caucasian, from the Hindu. So we can see that the spirit that's possessing Harnoon, aka Barry Kawibiki, I think that's his name on his Instagram. It got him right back to ghost worshiping, which is the moon god. You took him through all of this confusion, throwing on all these different clothes, pretending and acting, just like York pretended to be a rabbi, pretended to be an imam, pretended to be a pastor, pretended to be a god, pretended to be the greatest of all times. All lies. All right, let me go over here to the nature books. All right, let's hit the nature books up. All right, this is book 1. The moon god of ancient times, known by various names like Yahweh, Thos, Hermes, Mercury, Sin, Ogun, Siva, and Shiva, Elohim, which is the plural of Elo, Java, Lord, etc. Jehovah is the moon god. That's why Jay-Z called himself Hova. He possessed by the moon god because we're on the moon base, and they're going to make his servants name themselves after him in different forms, and his followers is going to give him praise and honor. And this is why y'all are called a moon cult, and I've been calling y'all a moon cult since 2014. This is why I kept saying it, that y'all are a modern-day Hermopolis moon cult in America. Because Hermopolis is where they worship Tahuti back then. All right, one more to go. One more to go. I told this one I wasn't going to take all day and night because it really didn't need that much to whoop them. Nature book, book 2, number 3. Page, what page is this? 147. The moon gods, individual spirit powers of the planets and satellites of the universes, and they are countless in number because the universes of infinite nature are countless. The moon god of planet Earth has members and parts called by different names by different peoples of different languages, such as Thoth, Serapis, Hermes, Anubis, Mercury, Ogun, Sin, Siva, Shiva, Yahweh, Jehovah, Elohim, Java, etc. So this how you know also that after Noone wrote the Bible interpretation, it's repeating the same stuff, damn near word for word. York named himself Tahuti. He said he was an incarnation. And we know that the moon god and the moon cycle was banned for black people. So why is York talking about he was incarnated with the moon god? That means York was working for the moon god, which helped keep the Caucasian people in power. By York making all those fake books, he was investing back into the moon base because it took money to print books, to send them off all over the world using the mail system and all this stuff, buying clothes, all this stuff went to the moon base. York did not invest in Africa. He invested in the moon base. And him going to prison became part of the prison industrial complex. They getting thousands of dollars off of inmates, feeding them, clothing them, sheltering them, letting them use the phone, bathing them. Even when they get sick, they get paid for medical. And when they die in there, all of that. And your spirits possessed and split up and sit them amongst y'all. That's why everything y'all doing is opposite to the sun, like the moon, reflecting. But it's a corrupt reflection. and y'all sitting here desecrating the nature books from the messenger of Nubu. Y'all going against 9 minds, swaying to the moon god. Y'all not doing that. Most of y'all will be destroyed for what y'all have done because y'all put y'all into it. And everybody who's been supporting him from then to now, all gonna share the same punishment because y'all was told. Afro didn't have to come out and tell nobody that. Like Anoop said, plagiarizing in anybody's culture is considered wrong and a crime. And then when you put your hands on certain sacred texts in certain cultures, they will kill you for that. You can go to a certain place around the world and burn a Quran and let's see how long you live. Go in certain places in Italy talking crap about the Bible or some of the saints or the Pope and watch how long you be sleeping with the fishes. You only get away with that crap on the moon base because this is where the ignorance is pumped from. And America fools the world to come here to become victims. But you go anywhere else in the world doing this dumbness that y'all been doing, y'all would not have survived. So I'm concluding from these beatings, but I also wanted them to see this as well. All right. So, but go ahead. What y'all got to say?
Oh man. One man put up Krishna. No, but this was good stuff though, man. This was an amazing episode as usual. I love the breakdown of the name. I love the the bringing in the what you call it, references from the nature books. All of that stuff was on point. Yeah, and he will soon meet his fate as well. So they usually don't get away if he's already probably paying for it already. You know what I'm saying? There's but so long somebody could get away with stealing Noone without something, physically or spiritually or mentally happening to them. So yeah, great, amazing episode as usual, man. On point.
Yeah, and considering the fact that we have these planets lining up, a lot of these people is going to receive the opposite of all of that, of what they've been doing. So that right there, we have to take in consideration as well. But the most part of everything is when he took a whole event from the Ethiopian Christians, took that title, Keskel, and just took that from them and created his own. That's just straight crazy right there. Straight crazy. But yeah, like you say, I mean, he gonna get what's coming to him if he haven't already.
Right. Yep. Yep. I mean, all it takes is proper mental resurrection. If you can't save yourself, what else? What else can you do? I mean, it seems like everyone, like in that clique, they kind of rely on people who get saved. You know what I mean? And I think they've been nurtured to the point where the spirit. I mean, it's not even nurturing; it's definitely spirit possession. That's the ultimate factor. Zupu has just destroyed our race and our bloodline, to the point where some people are born in it and some people come into it, and it takes a strong brain to get yourself up out of it. You know, you got to have common sense, but even more than common sense, you got to have reasoning, because common sense is a lower plane than reasoning. Reasoning is something that just comes to you. You know what I mean? It just comes to you. It's not. It's you gotta have power over self and not have not be a follower. You know what I mean? You gotta have your self control where you can walk the earth straight alone like a nomad. Not to say what nomads are, you know, those other races, but not to be, you want to be united. You know what I'm saying? You want to have unity, and we have to bring ourselves together, ourselves together, and unite. But you still have to have independency, because you were born as an individual, as an expression of Nupu. And you're just a little bit haywire. And all you have to do is say, "Hey, I messed up. This ain't the right move." You know, you have to come with terms with yourself and say, "I done effed up, and now I need to get right. And maybe these books can help me. And let me just change my ways on what I'm teaching and really bring it, you know, to the people the way Afro Uno and Nupu and the laws of nature has assigned it. It's just there's only one way. I mean, in the end of the day, it's going to only be one way, people. And we're just going through the muck and the mire of getting, you know, correcting the misconceptions out there, because you should know better. You should know better. That's what it is. You know better. No one needs to tell you that. But we here telling you that. So get right with the mind. You can always come back in the fold. Just, you know, you're gonna have to, like I said yesterday, you're gonna have to leave all that other religion stuff at the door in order to get into here, and you're gonna have to get past Tar, Jutar, everyone. You're gonna have to check the Noone Council to make sure your information is correct. I mean, everyone that is entitled to this information is free, and then we gotta have people that's gonna have to properly guard it the right way. You know what I mean? And that's when at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. True peace.
All right, so just wanted to, you know, like I said, bring it home. We have to give it to y'all raw, because y'all are a hard-headed, possessed cult. And if y'all know anything about cults and how hard it is for people to wake up from them, the other part is a lot of cults are dangerous, hard-headed, aggressive. They harm and kill other people that don't follow them, people who left the cult. Y'all do the same thing. Look at some of the victims of York that left and told. And how many of them had their lives threatened and their reputation ruined? Y'all are not no different. All them cults think they got the right of all the knowledge. Y'all all think y'all right, and you're not. All right? So once again, and there's too many cults. There's too many sections of y'all. Y'all got them clowns in the UK walking around here, barely can speak English, talking about non-ether. You know, we talk about non-ether, and I'm in the be tall. I'm like, who the hell is this King Andrew trying to mock black people? What's going on? They don't know what the hell they talking about, and they just saying stuff. But I wanted to just go through the list so y'all can see this is number Hinduism. Just like York was teaching Hinduism, masking it under different things. York claiming he was getting information from Sudan. This nigga talking about he getting information from Eritrea, Ethiopia, and Aksum. So this is just, like I said, the warning shots are actual direct hits. We don't do warning shots over here. All right, so I want to thank everybody for coming out, and stay tuned, because it's more beatings on the way. We have resumed the beatings. All right, we let y'all heal up
from that moon worship.
Go ahead.
They just gotta get away from that moon worship.
Exactly.
And think of the sun worship. And that's it's the opposite. They gotta remember that the sun, the moon is imitating the sun, is playing the role of Ripu and Nupu, and they being misled, they being souped or what zooped.
Mm-hmm. So we up out of here, y'all. True mythical peace and wartime.